going on, everybody? It is Monday night. So I was on vacation last week. I was home. I didn't go anywhere, but I planned on doing some things for YouTube, and I was lazy. It was good to be home. I ran around, did a bunch of things that I haven't been able to do and take care of. So it was nice to do that. I had done one live stream, if anybody checked it out. If not, I will add a link below for you to enjoy. It was top 5 anthology segments, not films, but segments within the films. So it was a good time. It was a lot of fun. Got to watch a lot of stuff I haven't watched recently. So that was that. But yeah, I kind of unplugged. Didn't do much posting on Instagram like I normally do. It was just nice to take a breather about everything. But a little late, but I wanted to do a quick collection update for June, as well as a quick unboxing for something that came in today. To start, I may have shown this off in the last update. I apologize if I did, but I got the Tim Ritter collection from SRS Cinema. It's press discs. It's not BDRs. It was going to be, I think, limited to 200 copies, or no, it was 1,000 copies. And if they sold the first 200 in a couple weeks period, they would do a pressed release for it, and they passed their goal. So these are press discs. It's 5 films. Excuse me, 6 films. Twisted Illusions, Twisted Illusions 2, Creep, Dirty Cop, No Donut, I Am a Pig, Dirty Cop, No Donut 2, and Reconciled Through the Christ. So I'm about 3 films in. It's SOV films. I like Tim Ritter. First film I saw from him was Truth or Dare, that he did in mid-80s. I want to say like around like 86, possibly. I could be wrong with that. Just decided to come up with that off the top of my head of what the hell year that was. But this is pretty good. Like I said, I'm 3 films in, so I'm not the biggest SOV fan, but I like Tim Ritter, so watch one, move on to something else, and go back and forth like that. So hope to finish this up sooner than later. Next up, sorry, I'm moving things around here. I watched The Hangman. We had done a stream that I was on for found footage films, and Brad had recommended this one. I think this was his number 2. I had never seen it before, so I did pick it up. I got it off of eBay with a slip for a decent price. Wasn't that expensive, and it was okay. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. There was several things in there that just really pissed me off, and in a way, yes, something like this can happen for sure, but in a way, there's just no fucking way. Which is quite the tongue twister now that I've said that, but some of the stuff really pissed me off, and it's like, there's just no way that would have happened without somebody knowing. But sorry, Brad, not the best film. I know you enjoy it, but I wasn't a big fan of it. Next up, one of the few upgrades from Scream Factory for me, Motel Hell. I love this film. I think this is only the second 4K that I have gotten from Scream Factory. The other one being Life Force, which the only reason I have that one is because I had the Arrow edition, which was Region B, and I wanted a excuse me, a US version of Life Force. So I don't think I have another 4K, although something is popping in my head. I could be wrong. So I might have one more 4K besides this and Life Force, but Motel Hell is just classic. I love this film, so I was definitely picking that up. Next up, Evil Dead Rise. This was not a really good film at all. I know it's an Evil Dead film, and what Evil Dead is what it is, but a lot of it felt like same old hack. some of the scenes were definitely cool and decent, but it was rather blah overall for me. Yeah, I just it was okay, but I definitely think it's at the bottom of all the Evil Deads that have been done. In fact, the 2013 remake I think is a lot better than this one. I'd watched that, 5 times in a row before putting this one in. But again, that's just my opinion. If you liked it, great. If you didn't like it, great. The only other thing I'll touch on, we've gotten to a point with some of these companies that we're getting Blu-ray releases that are bare bones. And then a couple months later, we get like 4Ks with bonus features. A lot of us are getting really annoyed with that. We've caught on to that. So a lot of us will not get things when it's first released. That's not what happened here. This is a 4K. A Blu-ray came out at the same time, but it's bare bones. There's no bonus features whatsoever. I don't understand. Actually, I do understand. Not producing extra bonus features means you're not spending as much money, and you're charging the same amount, if not more, for the release, so more money goes in their pockets. The thing that's going to hurt us, collectors, and physical media in general, is that we're seeing what's going on. And a lot of us have said, like, well, we're just not going to buy it when it first comes out because it's not going to have the bonus features. It's not going to have this. It's not going to have that. And in time, they will release another edition that will have everything we want. Unfortunately, these companies will have some stupid kid out of college that basically looks at numbers like baseball with like analytics where common sense doesn't come into play. You've got a guy in baseball who in the past 10 games is batting 600, and the next game somebody that's on the bench batting 198 has 2 more hits than this guy batting 600 against this pitcher. Well, according to analytics, the guy that has been on complete fire should sit on the bench, and the guy that's batting 198 should get up. That's stupid. That's not common sense. Common sense, hey, we're not buying this because you've got nothing extra on it. And history has shown you're going to release something in the future, short future, with the stuff that we want. They're going to look at it and say, hey, we put this out, and it's like selling 50% less than these other releases. Physical media is dying. We should just stream. No more physical copies, just stream. Because they're not looking at it from our angle saying, you're not giving us anything. You're giving us nothing. And you want us to pay for it. We're not doing it anymore. They'll look at it as like, oh, physical media is dead. Just no physical release, just stream it. So I am concerned about that. I don't know if anybody's looked at it like that, the way I'm talking about it right now, but that does concern me. Oh! No, I haven't been drinking, actually. I just almost dropped it. I will say I have seen a lot of chatter with people picking up the UK edition instead of this one because it has a commentary, and that's literally the only thing extra in it. And if that's your prerogative, that's fine. I will say, though, I have seen a bunch of people actually trashing people who bought this. And most of those people have picked up the UK Steel book and said that, hey, you're buying the US edition, you're stupid. Why buy that? There's nothing extra on it. In the UK, at least we get a commentary. And these people in the US saying this. And I don't respond to people like that, but I see that and I'm like, well, wait a minute. You are paying anywhere from $43 to $47, $10 to $15 more for a commentary track. Literally, that's it. And I'm talking about the Steel book. The standard has this type of artwork just with the stop signs and all that stuff, which drive a lot of people crazy. The Steelbook has the mom with her finger like calling the kid over or whatever. Um, but it's expensive, and all you're getting is a commentary, and you're trashing people for buying this edition for $10-15 less. Who's the idiot? That's not everybody, but there have been a lot of people that have had that opinion, saying that if you're buying the US edition, you're stupid. Buy the UK Steel Book because it looks better and it has a commentary for $10 to $15 more. I don't know about that, guys. Horror workout. I don't know why I bought this. I mean, nostalgia. Nostalgia. There's no other reason to own this. This is just no other reason. I don't even have anything to say about it. Just, I bought that for nostalgia. That was TerrorVision, by the way. I believe that slips out of print now. Also, Get My Gun from TerrorVision. I watched this today. I heard a lot of good things. So I was pretty excited to pick this up. And I didn't get to it until today because I was preparing for the anthology stream. So I didn't watch a lot of new stuff. But this movie sucked. This movie was a mess. Spoilers. I don't normally do this, but this agitated me so much. If you don't want to hear spoilers about this film, I'm going to hold this up the entire time I'm talking. Once I put it down, we're done. So just fast forward, okay? Ready? The film is about a girl who gets raped and takes revenge. Okay, we've seen these films before. I don't have a problem with that. She is raped, she gets pregnant, and decides that she's going to put the baby up for adoption. Which I can understand, because now every time you see the baby, the child, as the child grows, you may see the face of the man who raped you. That's completely understandable. The film was slow for the first half of the movie. I think it's about 87 minutes. Let me check, actually. Oh, wait. I'm still holding it up. I can't see. My eyes suck. 86 minutes. Okay. First 45 minutes of the movie is pretty slow. And once somebody that's interested in adopting is found, it starts to get interesting. She's very weird. She says she's a doctor, but very stalkerish. So it gets weird, and it actually started getting pretty good. In a Tarantino twist, you see something that happens at the beginning, which is actually from the end. And as you go through this stalker tracks her and her friend to a cabin, not a cabin, a home, far away, like in the woods. And her friend that she is with has her throat cut and is stabbed in the chest. Okay. The main actress is hiding in the house. It's like Jack Nicholson chopping through doors with axes, and she shoots her. The main girl shoots the crazy bitch. As usual, like, we're not gonna check the body, whatever. Like, okay, then you wouldn't have a movie, right? But there were just so many holes. Like, she ended up, of course, getting up. No wounds on her whatsoever, except she had gotten stabbed in the hand before getting shot. Like, there was that wound, but she got shot and had literally no wound. The girl is outside. Her friend has the knife like straight through her chest. Her throat was cut. She takes her car keys to get out of there. Has the axe and the gun resting up on the front of the car. Here comes crazy bitch out of the house. We're not going to get the gun to shoot her again. We're not going to grab the axe to chop her up. We're going to leave her the weapons and drive away. She drives away running over her friend, but she's dead anyway. Who cares, right? Well, I'm saying long story short, but I've already done this too long. But of course, she ends up killing the crazy bitch. And then we get to the end of the film, which you saw at the beginning of the film, and there's her friend. There's the baby that's got to be, I don't know, a year to 2 years old, somewhere in that range, maybe a year and a half to 2 years old, in a car seat. She's got to like kind of swing in a park, and she sees the guy who raped her, calls her friend, says, "Bring my car and bring my gun." And her friend that had her throat slit and stabbed right through the chest just shows up. Here's the car. Here's a gun. Anybody? What the fuck? This movie sucked. I don't think anybody was paying attention, or they just thought, these people are stupid. They just like revenge. They won't notice a lot of the crap in there. I didn't even touch on some of it, but this movie's terrible. Don't buy it. I'm sorry. I like TerrorVision, but that movie was fucking awful. Speaking of awful, Crocodile from Synapse. Not the same film as Killer Crocodile 1 and 2. This is Giant Crocodile, actually. I believe the film is from Taiwan. The back is actually some pretty sick art. But a lot of miniatures used in this. Yeah, it's just not very good either, which is surprising, because normally a lot of stuff that comes from Synapse, little things like this, little hidden gems, are that. They're hidden gems, but this one was pretty bad. I mean, check it out for sure if you like killer animal films. You do get some good kills in it, but Killer Crocodile was far better. All right. This was a good one. Burial Ground. Who doesn't love Burial Ground? I did upgrade this one from the Severin one. This was is obviously a 4K. The Blu-ray on it is region free as well, if you don't know. Just because I've had my issues with Severin, and I just wanted to get rid of the Severin edition. This has more bonus features as well. Great film if you've never seen it. Just Italian zombie schlock. It's wonderful. This I did not buy from Vinegar Syndrome. I actually got it from Orbit, A Blade in the Dark. I didn't buy it during the sale. I wanted to hold out. I guess just a few older titles. But Mark at Orbit said that this and Showgirls had sold a lot of copies. Just because he can see things that we can't, because he's involved with the business. So I was buying one other release, Burial Ground, I think it was, because I didn't pre-order it. It had come in, and I hate buying one thing and paying for shipping for one thing, so I needed something else. So since he had been talking about this had sold a lot of copies, I decided to pick it up. Great, different box as always. Of course, I can't open. There we go. From Vinegar Syndrome, splits. It's hard to see, but there's a book in there with the release. Beautiful release for sure from Vinegar Syndrome. And actually, I checked today. If you have not picked this up yet, I forget what this was limited to, 6,000 copies or 8,000 copies. I forget off the top of my head. It dropped under 1,000 copies as of today. When I had checked it a couple hours ago, it was down to 977. So it did break the 1,000 mark. Just a heads up, if you want this, keep an eye on it. Scalpers are going to descend soon if they haven't already, because that's what they do. I haven't watched it yet. I was going to pop it in today after get my gun, but I wasn't going to have time to really get going with it, so I didn't even bother. Okay. Next up, picked up Effects from AGFA. It's a reissue on 4K. It's Blu-ray as well, but they found the original negative and scanned from the original negative. That slip is sold out for sure. Another slip that's gone. This is from my sale haul, which actually showed up July 1st. I know I was one of the last people to receive stuff, but that's the way it went this time around. It is what it is, you know. Picked up the Amityville Horror just because I like the films. I like the film. Second one is definitely better, but it's a killer slip. So I figured I would pick it up. I'm hoping that Vinegar Syndrome does part 2, because it's a better film. It'd be nice to see them do part 2. All right. I picked up 3 VSAs that I was missing. What's this? Sworn to Justice, Red Sun Rising, and Santo vs. Dr. Death. These 3 were the only 3 I was missing from the first 30 VSAs. I do have them all. I started collecting from the beginning, as I've said previously. So I grabbed these during the sale because they were on sale. They're now up to 36. I'm really contemplating if I'm going to stop collecting them. I mean, they're $30 a piece, which is a lot, because pretty much the majority of these movies are just not good. But then I look at it and it's like, well, out of the other ones from like 31 through 36, I'd like to pick up Boggy Creek 2, which isn't a good film, but great art from Gary Pullen. Will I get annoyed looking at the shelf, seeing 1 through 30 and then 35? I don't know. I'm keeping an eye on all of them. I'm sure they'll all will be there for the next sale. I'm also thinking they're releasing too many of them. It should be like a much lesser amount. But every time you turn around, it's like, oh, they did one this month for July. Maybe they skip August. They might do one in September, then maybe they do one in October, and then there'll be 2 in November. Whatever. Rambling. Anyway, next up is a film I hate, Midsommar. I bought it because I really like that slipcover. Sue me. Orbit got it in. I went to see it with my cousin's husband when it was in the theater. Hated it. He hated it. He has watched it since and told me, give it a rewatch. I think you'll like it, because I liked it on the second watch. I've heard a bunch of people say that. I think the movie's crap, so I don't know if I'm going to like it. It is still sealed. I will watch it at some point, but it is a 3-hour movie, and I would like to sit down and watch the whole thing in one shot. I don't want to do what I do on a daily basis, going to work, watching on my train, maybe a little bit in the morning, when I get to my desk because I'm there early, and then watch on the way home as well. So like breaking it up like that, I still won't get through this whole movie. So I'd rather not do that. I'd rather sit down and just watch it. But obviously 3 hours is a commitment, so I got to figure out a time to sit down to watch it. But I figure worst comes to worst, if it sucks and I really want to get rid of it, somebody's gonna want this slipcover. Don't start making offers. Last one for June, I picked up The Lighthouse from Arrow, the Blu-ray edition, not the 4K. It was a great film. It's got a lot of bonus features, more than the US edition that I do have. I think it's somewhere right behind me, actually. Yeah, it's right there behind me. The hell was I saying? I lost my train of thought completely. More bonus features, 4K scan. Yes, it's just the Blu-ray, but I hate the A24 editions that are stupidly large. So I picked up Arrows. Why not? All right, now it's down here. Real quick unboxing from our good friends at Orbit. This came in today. I have a bunch of June pre-orders. There's actually a lot of stuff coming out for the summer, which I feel like the summers are going, it's becoming more and more in terms of things that are coming out monthly for the summer. It used to be, you know, there wasn't much. We're starting to get more and more. A couple of these titles were out, I guess a couple weeks now, but there's one thing that was holding it up. So there we go. All right, first up, we have, however the fuck it's said, Saisu, Sisu, however it's said. This thing. Um, this is from the creators of Rare Exports, which is a fantastic film. I briefly looked at the trailer for this because I don't really like looking at trailers. And I watched maybe 30 seconds of it, maybe less, and it looked fantastic. So I definitely was going to pick this up on pre-order, and everything I've heard about it is it's wonderful. So happy to get this one finally. Also in that package, we have Jaws 2. The first one I had picked up the US edition, which was a lenticular cover. I was hoping they were going to do something similar to this. This 45 on the cover for the 45th anniversary could have been smaller. It's kind of dumb how big it is. A little bit smaller and just been like right over here. And a nice thing like that, if I can find it really quick. Here it is. For Gremlins, 35th anniversary. See how small that sticker is? Why? Why did you have to make the sticker like that freaking large? Whatever. Anyway, 45th anniversary. Jaws 2 is okay. I feel bad for everybody. That's the one thing with problem with promoting things and whatnot. None of their fault, but Orbit had put this up for pre-order. Not this edition, but the UK one that was Steelbook. I think it was lenticular, possibly. It was kind of like the first Jaws here in the US, except there was a Steelbook. And it turns out that whatever company it is overseas, this is Universal. I don't remember if it's Universal. If it's Warner Brothers, the rights are different. Allocated them a bunch. They sold out of it. Allocated them more. They sold out of it again. And I think maybe in a third time they reallocated them. They pretty much turned around and said, we're giving it all to Amazon. So the one problem sometimes you run into with promoting some stuff is, I know I definitely promoted that. Not my fault. Not Orbit's fault. Company decided to give everything to Amazon, but a lot of people go and pre-order and are not going to get it now because they said they got practically nothing. So it sucks. So if you did that, I'm sorry. I picked up the US version with the dumb 45 on it. And last but not least, well, certainly not least, I picked up the Bruce Lee Golden Harvest box set. This thing's huge. This is just the Blu-ray edition. I don't even think I can get it close enough for you to get all the crap that's on the back. But absolutely fantastic edition. It's got The Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Way of the Dragon, Enter the Dragon, Game of Death 2, and it also includes The Man, The Legend. Man, The Legend. This is The Man, The Legend, The Legend. I'm not the biggest Bruce Lee aficionado. I think that's a documentary. But, yeah, it's got his film. It's got multiple cuts of the film. A limited edition version, of course. I think it's got a 200-page booklet. Yeah, 200-page hardbound book in it. I actually expect it to be a little bit bigger. I didn't pull it off the shelf, but seeing this and seeing what was in it, I kind of figured it would be like the old Vincent Price box set, the original one that they did, Six Gothic Tales. I expected it to be that size. Now, I had the Criterion edition. I don't have it anymore. It has all the same films. I don't know about the cuts of the film. I don't know about the bonus features, how it compares to this. But that edition, unfortunately, became what I call a victim of the flood that I had. Not that I lost it in the flood, but that Criterion edition I knew would bring in some needed cash. So I sold it, and I haven't picked it up since. So I decided to pick up this one. I have heard a lot of things about this set. Not that there's issues with it exactly. That Arrow, who of course we know is owned by the company who owns Zavvi, have been packaging this like garbage. The Arrow exclusive from the store, I have seen multiple people get it and say it was packed like shit, and it's come real banged up. It is a very big set. I mean, let me see. I got the lighthouse here because I just showed that off, but as a comparison, you can see that is a very large difference in terms of size. I saw Diabolic post today that I think the majority of the sets they got are banged up. They got this edition as Blu-ray, and they have one that's 4K, which isn't all 4K. A lot of people didn't notice that. Not all the films are on 4K UHD. A lot of people miss that and are pissed off about that too, but that's, hate to say it, it's kind of your own fault for not actually reading the first couple lines of what was included in the set. But yeah, huge dings on the side, even like in here, like creases, so it definitely got like hit in shipment. But the Diabolic posted something today on their like little like blog page. I don't know if they posted it on Facebook, I forgot to look, but yeah, they had so many damages that they were reaching out to Arrow to try to get it resolved as fast as possible. And if you were okay with getting dinged corners and all of that, let them know, and they'll ship yours out. Obviously, the majority of people are going to say no. So that's really disappointing. I didn't see Orbit say anything. They were fulfilling pre-orders. It hasn't gone up on their site yet. This, for me, shipped Saturday. No. I got the shipping notification Friday, but it didn't actually go out the door until Saturday. It came today. So, and media mail to New York, 2 days. Fantastic. But they haven't put the rest on the site yet. So I don't know if they got a lot of damages as well. They haven't posted anything that I noticed online. But that's pretty disappointing. But again, Arrow, owned by the same company as Zavvi. And we know how Zavvi ships. We hear it all the time. Sad. It's sad. But hopefully the films are beautiful. Looking forward to digging into it. And that's all I got for my June update and the unboxing for today. So thank you very much for watching. I've rambled on far too long. I hope to get back to doing videos more often, just because it was fun. And let me know if you want monthly collection updates, or if you prefer something like this with like unboxings. You know what, fuck it. I've already rambled on for a little bit. Let's get into the Bruce Lee set real quick. I don't edit videos. You know this if you've been watching. So you get to sit here and watch me somewhat struggle and trying to get this open right now on camera. Not fucking anything up. Alright. So as I was saying about the box set, this one looks fine. Looks all nice and crisp. It is a bottom sliding off J card. Or am I backwards? J. Alright. Kind of show this off before, but there we go. Ah, I opened it up backwards. Here, flip it around really quick. And that's what you got in there. So you got, let's see, you got, yeah, let's just do this. Let me move my crap, because I didn't plan on doing this. It's like if I'm live or something like that, it's like, that's the loveliness of live TV. No, it's just the loveliness of an idiot that can't edit videos. All right, so we have the Big Boss. This is the Big Boss Mandarin cut. I'll show you the back too. But... and here's the, going back to the first one of the Big Boss. Here's the back. You know, pause it if you wish, but all of this information is pretty much posted everywhere. This is Fist of Fury. So these things contain a lot of bonus features, a lot of stuff. Probably should. God, fucking worst at this. Box, get out of the way. Thought I saw something falling out. Oh, there was something falling out. Oh, it's an advertisement for Carlito's Way. That's the inside of the Big Boss. I do unboxings all the time. You know, it's just, I'm so good at it. Big Boss Mandarin cut. Nope, nothing on the inside of that. Fist of Fury. What's the inside of that? Shall we move on? This is The Way of the Dragon. The 4K set, I think, has the first... I think these films that I just mentioned are all on 4K. And after that, like all the extra cuts and all of that are not on 4K. I think some of them are 2K scans and on Blu-ray only. Into the Dragon. And in talking to some people about it, they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I got the 4K set. I want them all on 4K." It's like, no, they're not all on 4K. They're not all 4K scans either. And yeah, unfortunately, people didn't realize that. But it wasn't that much more expensive for the 4K set. Yep. Game of Death. I think this was I think the 4K was $8 more through Orbit than the Blu-ray set. So I mean, $8 is not a big deal. I think it's just the point that people didn't notice that all of the films were not on 4K. Loose disc. Let me fix that. Before I do that, how we look? Yeah, we look fine. Beautiful. Game of Death alternate versions. Chinese version of the film. 2 alternate Cantonese and Mandarin versions of the film. So I think there's 3 different cuts on this disc. As I've said, I'm not a Bruce Lee aficionado. The final Game of Death. I believe all these cuts are in the Criterion Collection one. I am not 100% sure on that. I just like to know what I'm talking about sometimes. I act like it, you know. This is Game of Death 2, Tower of Death. I believe all of these are Blu-ray, Region B locked because of the Criterion Collection. Bruce Lee, the man, the legend / the legend. Okay. I believe this is a documentary. Official documentaries on the most famous screen icon. There you go. Never seen it. I think I've seen most of these films, but ages ago. I had to be a kid. Super thick book. Beautiful. Like I said, it's 200 pages. I can't do the flip thing, so yeah. Look like an idiot trying to do it really quick though, because why not? I've been an idiot this whole video. But you can't see shit of what I'm doing. Oh, there you go. It's back. Very Kill Bill-like. Of course, we know where Quentin got his stuff. Oh, they lied. It's 197 pages. That's it. Poster. One poster? I think it's one poster. Got the big boss on one side, Way of the Dragon on the other. I'll try to hold this up. I have no idea if it's going to be a camera. Apologize if it's not. Alright. What else we got here? Let's see. That looks like some cards. Use dynamite. Assuming these are postcards or something. Yeah. I don't want to take one. There's a ton, so I don't want to waste your time with that. Just trying to take one out. Yeah, looks like lobby cards. Like probably ones for all the films. There's a ton in here, so I'm not going to take those out. But I have to look to see how many there are. I'm sure it says in special features. I'll fix that in a minute. And these just look like additional photos. A few of those too. That's it. That's the set. Really nice looking set. It's unfortunate what I've heard with the damages that people have been receiving directly from Arrow and Diabolic, saying that their shipments were a disaster. I hope that it gets fixed in a timely manner. But that's what happens when a really shit company buys what once was a really good company. So Arrow's still a good company, but they're a new owner. Not good. All right, so that's it. I'll put this together when I'm done, because now I've rambled on even longer. I'm going to shut up. Thank you for watching. Sorry for rambling. Hopefully you're still here. Hopefully you didn't just move on. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. And let me know if you want monthly updates or if you prefer unboxings like this. Have a good night.